Hello everyone, Matt from Steam Sound Supreme here. I just wanted to make a short video to introduce you to a new venture that we're embarking on here at Steam Sound Supreme. Something extra to complement the work that we have done for many years for Train Simulator Classic as it's known now. Now recently I've been getting back into AA gauge model railways. It's been an interest for a long time, but it disappeared into the background over a period of years. But recently, my uncle and myself have been restoring my granddad's model railway. This model railway was developed many years ago as a representation of Bournemouth West in the 1950s and 1960s. It was only loosely based on it. But a good representation all the same. But in those days, in the days of analogue, it required a lot of wiring to make it work. It was a very complex layout, and more often than not, it didn't work as intended. Many times, attempting to run the railway was a source of great frustration, and we sort of gave up on it really. So after many years of neglect, as a tribute to my granddad, my uncle has been working on restoring it to working order, but turning it into digital, which has made it much more reliable. The theme of the layout is the West Country, Devon, Cornwall, and that sort of area in the 1980s. So that's the BR Blue era, and into sectorisation into the early 90s as well. But for my personal interest, of course, being steam, another element to this model railway is the rail tours that you would have seen during that period, during the 1980s, and the locomotives that were popular on the main line during that era. Another aspect of this layout, with the big main station, is sort of inspired by what the South Devon Railway used to do for a short period, when they used to use Totnes mainline station to, the heritage trains would come into the station, the small prairie tank would quickly run round, entertaining everyone as it did so, quickly run round and then nip off again up the branch. That was obviously before they built their new station at Totnes Riverside. But anyway, so that was another idea of how steam could be included in this 1980s themed layout. That's the setting of the layout, and for me, once I started getting into AA gauge steam again, I wanted to. I've had this idea for a while of wanting to do AA gauge DCC Sound. Not knowing how to do it, of course, in the past, but it's always been there as a thought. I'd like to be able to do it. So with this development of this restoration of my granddad's model railway, it's given me inspiration and impetus to give that a go. So I started to think, what loco could I get that would fit the theme of this model railway and give me an exciting first locomotive to be my first AA gauge steam sound project? Well, I did a lot of searching, a lot of possibilities. It's a little limited for the theme that we're going for. There's not an awful lot available at the moment, but there was one particular locomotive that I found that fits the bill perfectly, and excitingly is a locomotive type that I've recorded many times over the years. That's another reason why I wanted to get into this, is because I've got a huge catalogue of recordings that I can use for various different sound projects once I've learned how to do it. So, without further ado, let me show you the locomotive that will be the subject of Steam Sound Supreme's first AA gauge DCC Sound project. So there we are then. Really excited about this, getting started with this very soon. Just working on getting the equipment together to begin, and we'll share progress as and when we make it, from the ground up really, because I really am starting from scratch with this. So let's see how we get on. Can't wait to have my very first sound project running on my granddad's model railway, BR Standard 9F, the most famous of them all, the last built by British Railways, Evening Star. Thanks for watching, and we'll bring you more news very soon.